this?
Whoa, look at that. Whoa. Pilated woodpecker.
What? That's a go-what?
No.
It's the State of the State Parks podcast with Chris and Moe.
Hello and welcome to the State of the State Parks. I'm Chris.
And I'm Mo. And today we take a brisk morning hike at the majestic Castle Rock State Park.
The native Californians that once stewarded this land went by the name of the Ohlone tribe. It's said that the visionaries used the larger rock formations to enhance personal enlightenment. Nice.
By the 1800s, there were over 28 lumber mills operating in this area of the Big Basin San Lorenzo Valley. These lumber mills yielded more than 34 million board feet of lumber each year. It's quite a shame. They just didn't know.
The only reason why we have Castle Rock State Park to enjoy is that during that great logging massacre, a judge named Joseph Welch decided to purchase a 60-acre piece of land on the Castle Rock Ridge. He opened up that piece of land to the public to become a tourist spot for beauty and wonder.
In 1959, the man who was the first to measure Earth's magnetic field, Dr. Russell Varian, secured the option to buy and sell this piece of land to the California State Parks. Sadly, he died before it could all happen, but the Sierra Club and the Semper Virens Fund stepped in, and in July of 1968, the great Castle Rock State Park became a California state park.
We're going to join us on our hike down to the falls. The name of this hike on the All Trails app is Morning Hike at Castle Rock Falls. Whoa. Pilated woodpecker. That was
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pilated? I guess it could be pilated.
Pilated?
Pilated? Sure.
I don't know, man. This is a cool rock.
Yeah. It's fun that we don't need our sunglasses anymore.
Yeah. And it's a little buggy. And I saw a woman spraying her kid down with bug spray, and
Yeah, there's a bunch of poison oak.
was a little worried, but we're wearing long sleeves and long pants.
Maybe it's for these little bugs that are surrounding our face right now.
Yeah, there's little, like, gnats.
Tiny little gnats. Seem to like our faces. Could be the CO2 coming out of our mouths. Oh, yeah, there's some good bird noises happening right now. Wow.
Cool spider webs.
We are deep in the forest right now, my friend.
Wow, look at that beautiful madrone wood
Yeah,
with the moss and the light.
Look at a photo of that. Some really cool madrone tree that has fallen here. The Pacific madrone tree. This is a big, beautiful, tall, towering tree we have heard of before. But to us, the madrone was just a tree in the front yards of people's houses, no bigger than any average tree of maybe about 15 feet. That yard tree is also known as the strawberry tree, and those trees are from the European species Arbutus punedo. The Pacific madrone of Castle Rock State Park belongs to the same genus, but this one is native to California, the Arbutus menziesi. Both species have a flowering edible berry that similarly looks like a strawberry. A little confusing if you ask me. I don't know why they didn't just call it the madrone berry. Oh well, that's in the past. The Pacific madrone is nicknamed the refrigerator tree. When you see one, reach out and touch that red bark. It's cold to the touch. This is due to the flat, less insulated bark coming more in contact with your hand and the sap and fluids inside making your hand feel temporarily cool. Reach out and touch the trees, my friends. We have tried these berries and they are very tasty. But just in case you forgot,
Chris and Moe are not health or cooking professionals. Do not eat or drink anything they recommend. They are dum-dums. Find professionals. Don't die. This message brought to you by the stateofthestateparks.com.
What's this thing? What's this invasive looking tropical plant?
Kind of looks like a
Solomon's plume.
Solomon's plume.
Solomon's plume. Native.
What? Oh, I don't have native. Oh, there it is. He popped in native.
That's cool. It says treacleberry, feathery false lily of the valley, or false Solomon seal, or false spikenard. Species of flowering plant native to North America, a common widespread plant known from every U.S. state except Hawaii.
And now, a word from our first sponsor, our friend Shelly, here to talk about her book, The Tao of Maybe.
Hi, State of the State Parks fans. Chris and Moe asked me to tell you about my book, The Tao of Maybe. I co-authored this book as a pathway toward living a more peaceful life. By letting go of our attachments to outcome, we can release anxiety and stress. It's based on 2,000-year-old wisdom, and it uses the modern science of neuroplasticity to actually train your brain to let go of fear and even hope, which creates anxiety, and instead replace it with trust and curiosity. And it really has worked for me and a lot of other people that I know. And if you are a fan of the podcast, you will notice there is a little quote in there. It's an Easter egg from one of your podcast hosts. And anybody who's a listener gets a discount if you want to check out the book. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Shelly. To get a copy of The Tao of Maybe, go to store.bookbaby.com and search for The Tao of Maybe. That's T-A-O, Tao. Or go to our website where we also have a link. Enter the code PARKS, that's P-A-R-K-S, for a special State of the State Parks listeners discount. We love this book so much and have been reading it to each other every morning while we eat breakfast. We're so sweet. Okay, back to Castle Rock State Park. Do you hear this bird?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hold on. That's the warbling vireo. Sounds like a house finch, too. Has that same sort of beep-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Fun. Nice to meet you, warbling vireo. It's a bramble, dude.
No.
Look at this berry right here.
What's this one, though?
I know, it's the same stuff.
Nope.
No, I'm saying what you have right there. Definitely like what looks like a raspberry. Could be a blackberry eventually.
Diplopipus polita.
Look.
Whoa.
Smaller.
Mine's totally different. Native. A species of gall wasp. What? That's a gall wasp.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Whoa. Dude, they're all over this one. This is so cool. Oh my god.
Diplolepis polita. Diplo's got his own gall.
Big gall head. Everyone.
It's native. It's a gall wasp? I'm dead.
I thought it was a berry for sure, dude.
It looks like a berry.
Thanks again, Aria. Quoting and paraphrasing again from the book Plant Galls of the Western United States by Ron Russo. The spiny leaf gall wasp, Diplolepis polita. This gall induces round, pea-sized monothalamus. This means having one chamber, gall on the upper side of wild rose leaves. These detachable spring galls measure up to 5 millimeters in diameter and have several scattered spines emanating from the sides and the top. When fresh, galls are wine red, green, and yellow-green, and their spines stand tall and are flexible. With age and by late summer, galls turn brown, and spines are stiff and brittle. Normal galls have a fairly large central larval chamber with thin outer wall tissue surrounding it. Parasitized galls usually have either several small larval chambers or a single chamber with an irregular inner wall. Adult emergence occurs in spring over a 2 to 6 week period, sometimes longer if the weather is cool. Reproduction is occasionally parthenogenetic, a natural form of asexual reproduction where the embryo develops directly from an egg without the need for fertilization. This wasp species has been found all over California and may also occur in Washington and Oregon. Well, that's another cool gull species we found.
You want to do the standard?
The standard.
You hold up the log shot. Whenever we see a log that's low like this, we pretend that Moe is holding it up. And then put your face in the sun. Yeah, amazing. You're so strong.
He's so strong. I love logs. Have you seen those Instagram hotties that like cut logs? I'm not them.
Follow along with our pictures at thestateofthestateparks.com under the Galleries tab.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure out what this is.
California Bay. Boom, right away.
I definitely have this.
New species.
What?
Umbelluria californica. Umbelluria californica is a large hardwood tree native to coastal forests of Oregon.
New species. That's cool.
There's a bunch of poison oak on the ground. But these
A lot of poison oak.
red trees, look at them, all sweeping towards the sun.
Yeah.
I should take this picture. This is really cool. All these trees.
Now, what are these leaves? I'm not trying to touch any of it, but
Those are acorn woodpeckers over there. That do the
these leaves. Tan oak.
Tan oak?
Tan oak. We heard about tan oak. It's good for tanning leather.
The tan oak, Notholithocarpus densiflorus, is in the family Fagaceae. It's an evergreen tree in the same squad as beeches and chestnuts. Even though this tree produces acorns, it's not in the Quercus oak genus at all. The tan oak finds its home in the Lithocarpus genus. And we say that's okay, tan oak. You be whoever you want to be. The tan oak has some really fun leaves. Some refer to them as the parking lot leaf. Take a look.
Follow us on Instagram at State of the State Parks to get behind the scenes extras and so much more. Oh, look. A little ephemeral creek that's not running.
Yeah, it could have been.
We just crossed over.
That was once.
Or is in the wintertime.
Man, this is beautiful. This is the kind of state park I really like. Now, don't get me wrong, I've liked all the other ones, but this, wow. This tree is so close to falling into everything.
It's being held up by these madrones. I'm trying to figure out, are these tan oak too? Yeah.
They look like it.
Yeah, they're just baby.
This is a tan oak. The whole tree.
Wow.
Right, because these are the volunteers.
The volunteers. Now look at this. Whoa.
Let me take a picture of you next to this.
Dendrolosa moss.
Oh, there's moss?
Dendrolosa moss. New species.
Hey, friends and family. Are you listening to this and saying, I love Chris and Moe and I want more of this content? Well, drop us a review on whatever podcasting site you're listening on. It really helps the algorithms, we think.
Now, what's this? Thimbleberry? Thimbleberry. I got it here.
Thimbleberry.
It's a type of berry, it looks like.
I've never heard of no thimbleberry. Brambles.
Yeah, I got brambles first.
Thimbleberry.
Native.
Yeah, I have this.
Commonly called thimbleberry, species of rubus native to North America.
I observed it literally over a year ago.
That's weird. We made our way down to the falls and tried to get a little bit of us talking down there, but there were a bunch of people and some of them were yelling, so that footage was unusable. But it was just magical down there. This week's pinnacle pick is the two of us wearing our silly sun shirts down at the falls. After we took a couple photos, we climbed our way back up to the parking lot and drove over to the visitor center where we met a very nice park ranger. Hey, we're here at the Castle Rock State Park Visitor Center.
All right. Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
We're wonderful.
It's our first time here, and we were just wondering what we need to know.
So before we are doing a podcast about state parks.
Oh, awesome.
Called The State of the State Parks. And so you're being recorded right now, if you're okay with that.
Okay.
We're just asking some information about Castle Rock State Park.
Sure.
And if you want to give us just a little bit, any special things
And we
about
just
today,
did a hike
or-
to the falls.
Yeah.
You just did the hike to the falls?
We did, yeah.
I mean, the park, so to me, the falls are a really lovely feature.
Yeah.
And then if you go a few tenths of a mile beyond, you get great views out over the San Lorenzo Valley. And often there's fog laying down there in the valley, and it's quite gorgeous, in my opinion.
Nice.
We have a trail camp out here that's about 2.5 miles out. People can backpack out there, which is fairly unusual for the Bay Area. And typically there is some space available.
Is that why we've seen people with the big...
Bedroll things.
One person's practicing and the others, actually 2 women are going all the way to Waterman Gap, which is kind of on the cusp of Big Basin. And it used to be that you could hike, it's called Skyline to the Sea, all the way down to the coast, but that's closed after the CZU fires because the infrastructure's gone.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, they're going out there, which is a 9-mile hike. But so the trail camp is out there. And then over here, if you haven't been, you might want to take a look. It's, the park is named after Castle Rock, which is out here. This is referred to as the Castle Rock Loop. And it takes you around a lot of the really interesting rock formations. And people come from all over the Bay Area to climb here because there aren't that many places that you can climb on rock outdoors rather than in a climbing gym.
Oh, interesting.
So it's a really popular place. A lot of camps and climbing schools come here.
Yeah, we saw some ropes down the waterfall.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that
And
was
then also a
interesting.
goat rock is very popular. Just to give you a sense, this is a climbing map. So it shows like different rocks that people go to. We sell these for cash. It has to be cash. It's $5 or you're welcome to take a picture. So these are all spots that are popular with climbers.
We've uploaded this climbing map to our gallery at stateofthestateparks.com. If you do use this map, please consider donating $5 to the Castle Rock State Park.
Spots.
There's also not a state park, but across the street is Sanborn County Park, and there's climbing and a lot of hiking and biking over there as well. And for anyone who's interested, there's the summary of all the details of different climbs that people do, difficulty, etc.
Wow.
Wow. So cool. So it's really a climbing park.
Well,
People
it's
love
climbing,
come-
hiking, backpacking.
Sure.
It's not biking. It's not a dog park.
Yeah. A lot of state parks aren't dog parks,
Right.
we're finding out.
Yeah.
Which we don't hate because we don't have dogs.
Right, and lucky for us, people still aren't thrilled, but we're able to direct them across the street to Sanborn where dogs are allowed.
that's really lucky for you
because
guys.
some people drive a long way to get here, and you don't want to be like, bye.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Wow. Well, thank you so much for the effort. What was your name again?
Jody.
Jody.
We do have interpreters if you wanted to talk to anybody about, any specific details or features that they would suggest.
Yeah.
We're so new at this. We're just kind of...
Trying it out.
Well, part of it is us discovering the whole of it all. So you telling us... we just had, the other day, we had a fun walk around the Benicia State Park. Just because... And we were all alone. With
The interpreter.
With
Yeah.
the interpreter. It was quite an opportunity.
I'm sure you could do that here if you wanted to,
We will definitely come back and do that. I think we're actually headed over to
The Portola.
Portola. Yeah, we're trying to knock out 2 parks in one day.
I was like, I don't know if that's going to happen because it's such a hot day.
It'll be hot.
It'll be cooler there just because
Oh, okay.
it's down in the redwoods
Okay,
and
cool.
there's a couple of creeks going around it. So it'll be hot. Have your bug spray. It'll be
Okay,
comfy.
good to know.
Nice.
I was like, we're from Orange County, so we really don't know anything about like the summertime up here.
Yeah, this is warmer than usual,
That's
but
what we heard.
yeah.
Well, I'm Mo.
I'm Jody.
Yeah,
Thank you
I'm
so
Chris.
much, Jody. What a pleasure.
Thank you
Thank you for
very much.
everything.
What's your podcast called?
It's going to be called the State of the State Parks.
Well, thank you, Jody.
Yeah,
you,
enjoy.
Jody.
Such a great day. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Well, Castle Rock State Park, we had a wonderful hike, and the shade of the trees was fantastic. I could have done with a few less mosquitoes, but we had some silly sun shirts on, and that helped keep them out. We're both tasty snacks for mosquitoes, so we don't mind looking ridiculous to avoid getting bit.
We had quite an up and back to the falls, so make sure you are in moderate to decent shape if you go down to the falls. And yes, there were mosquitoes, but there are mosquitoes everywhere in June. We think. More on this in future episodes.
There are 26 trail camps here at Castle Rock State Park, and they are by reservation only. They sound pretty primitive with water that will need to be treated if you want to drink it. So bring in your own H2O. There are 2 trail camps, the Castle Rock Trail Camp with 20 primitive sites and the Waterman Gap with 6 primitive sites. Go to the Castle Rock State Park website and find the Back County Trail Camp request form and fill it out. Oh, apparently there are 5 first-come, first-served sites. To snatch up those babies, check in with the staff first at the Robert C. Kirkwood lot on Highway 35.
This park boasts 34 miles of nature trails. We just did one, and it was so beautiful. The park is open from 6 a.m. to sunset, but only people camping at the trail camps are allowed to stay past sunset.
We found the phone service here atrocious, which was actually pretty nice. So many things to take in. We really like this place. Thanks again, Castle Rock State Park. Bye. Whoa, look at this.
Now what's this?
Whoa. Pilated woodpecker.
What? That's like a lot.
It's the State of the State Parks podcast. Chris and Moe.